Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We're in the little town of Cheddar and we're talking cheese today and motorbikes. I'm sat right in Cheddar Gorge at the moment, and you could be in a different country. It's almost like, it's just quite unusual scenery here. It's just very different. So you can ride up and down the gorge. There's some pretty nasty bends here, some pretty dodgy ones. And especially with all the stones that fall onto the road all the time, it can make going around these bends a little bit tricky. But what a lovely place to ride. Absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to go into the little town in a minute and I'm going to get myself something to eat. I haven't had breakfast yet, so I'll show you Cheddar a little bit, see what you think. I gotta say, you do pay a premium when you come to Cheddar. So a little bacon sandwich and a coffee is like £10.50. But that's just the way it is, isn't it? You go to nice places, you pay nice prices. Can't complain about the amount of bacon though. It might not be the healthiest, but hey, it's okay. So the only thing I think about the Thunderbird sometimes is that it is a top-heavy bike. So coming down through the gorge, you do feel like it's not that responsive when you're kind of flicking from left to right when you're doing some of these bends. And I find that when I was rode the Stelvio pass in Italy, that actually some of those banking the bike down doesn't always feel like the most comfortable thing. Mind you, my forks were bent at that time, so maybe that's why. But even now I still feel like, and maybe it's a result of me having ridden it when it wasn't at its kind of optimum, that it felt a little bit kind of unstable at times, and maybe I just haven't got used to the fact that it's pretty stable now. I'm not getting any of that kind of snaking at the back, but even so, it still feels like quite a top-heavy bike compared to other bikes I've had. But I've tended to always have fairly older bikes that are kind of over-engineered and junky. I don't know, maybe I should try something totally different to compare it. I have never ever been kind of attracted to sports bikes where you're kind of leaning down, hugging the tank, and all of the pressure seems to be on your wrists. It's never been my thing. I've always wanted to have cruisers and stuff. So my I've still got this massive Harley itch that I may well have to do something about at some point. You only live once, don't you? So you got to try out these things. But if I get a Sportster, it's got to be the 883R because I want to have the double discs at the front. And I also, it's a slightly different riding position, I think. And it's got to be after 2004, because that's when they went rubber mounted, I believe, with the engines. I don't want an engine that's bolted straight to the frame because, you know, that's just a quick way of getting arthritis. And also, it's got to be before 2007 because that's when they went fuel injected. I want a carburetor bike because I want to know that I can strip it down and fix it if it goes wrong when I'm out and about. So that's really important for me. I don't want a bike that you got to plug in and to find out what's wrong with it. That's not very convenient, should something go wrong. Right, I reckon we should go and find somewhere that's selling cheese just up the road here. The last episode was quite serious, wasn't it? We talked about midlife crises and all that kind of thing. And today, I think we're just going to talk about cheese. So what I do find interesting is that, as usual, the Americans find a way of doing something more effectively, faster, cheaper than anybody else. I don't know quite how they do it. Maybe it's not like that anymore. The world's first ever cheese factory was set up in New York State in 1851 by a dairy farmer called Jesse Williams. By 1899, there were around 1,500 cheese factories across the US, most of them making cheddar. The US exported around 2,000 tons of cheese to Britain in 1860. So you're importing our own cheddar back to us. By 1881, so it's just 21 years later, it was an incredible 67,000 tons. But Jesse Willard, himself admitted that US cheddar wasn't as complex or delicious as the traditional farmhouse cheese produced in the UK. There you go. We're all about quality and not quantity. He praised the UK cheddar for having a fine, delicate flavor. We don't do that kind of like nuclear yellow cheddar cheese that you put on your burgers over there. I don't even know what that is. Tastes great though, but it's weird. You got to admit it's weird. That don't come from a cow, does it? Just be honest. But it all started here in Cheddar. Don't forget that. Be grateful for that. This little town. And this is a good book. It's not just about cheddar, it's about all kinds of cheeses. So what can you tell me about these cheeses?
Well, so if you wanted to try them all, I'd probably start here.
Start this one, yeah.
With ours, it's more of sort of a medium strength, we probably class that. But maturing in the case basically allows it to retain a lot more of its moisture.
Right, so I'm getting to try all these cheeses. And this one apparently is the strongest one they've got.
Yes. So you can see already the texture's a lot different.
Oh yeah.
Whereas with that one, you get the little crystals that form in that one, they give it a kind of crunchy texture. This one is much
That's really strong. Are these, is this like mixed with other stuff?
Yeah.
5-month-old cheddar with cracked black pepper. Definitely give that a go. Yeah. I'm gonna go for that as well. Yeah.
Offcuts of all of our different traditional cheddars, just to allow the flavour to be more dominant.
You wouldn't taste the pepper, would you?
From the cider and apple. You do get proper chunks of apple in that one.
Do you eat cheddar every day?
Probably, yeah.
And everybody here is well into their cheese.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would.
Right, there was some good cheese. I gotta get some. But look at this. One thing you do realize is that people do love their cheese here. I should probably buy some from that shop, but it is so expensive, like a tiny little piece of cheese in there that you're gonna eat in one sitting with a few crackers, probably with some help. but you're gonna get through it. It's like £7. And that just seems like a lot of money for a piece of cheese. If it's made in the way that it was made like a few hundred years ago, then it's understandable. And because it's so rare, and you could say that, you know, this is the only place you're gonna get real cheddar. Because this is cheddar, isn't it? You know, where else are you gonna go to get real cheddar? It's just got the name, but doesn't really have like, doesn't have the history, does it? Cheddar cheese, man. It's the way forward. Right, so I've had my time, done my little motorcycle ride, out to Cheddar, tasted some cheese, had a bacon sandwich, read a little bit in my book, The Philosophy of Cheese, and I'm gonna go and visit a mate for half an hour, have a coffee or something, and that's gonna be, that's a good day for me. I don't know about you guys, when I am in work mode, which I'm in most of the time, taking time out and doing something for myself is not the easiest thing in the world, because you tend to be thinking about, oh, I should be doing something else. But I forced myself to take a day off today, even though there's loads to do. I forced myself to take a day off, and it's been amazing. I've loved it so far. I'm still early in the day, really. I still got up at 6 o'clock this morning, did a few quotes and did a few bits of faff and stuff, but I've got out here to Cheddar, managed to taste some awesome cheeses. Probably not gonna buy any because of the price, but maybe I should just not worry about the price and buy just some unbelievable cheese. Anyway, enough of that. I'm gonna head off to visit a mate quickly and have a quick coffee with him, and that might be him now. Yeah, go for it. Another funny thing that I think about quite a bit is with this content creation stuff, because I really like the idea of building a YouTube channel just around like stuff to do with motorcycles, but also stuff to do with just guys my age and what we go through, the stuff that we experience, but also go and take you around places that I visit and little kind of challenges and excursions that I do and silly little trips that I get involved in, you know, all that kind of stuff. But with content creation, you're constantly thinking, you know, who's interested in watching something like this? But you just got to create content, haven't you? Just create it. I've met some people that have done some stuff recently. There's a guy and his wife rode down to Fetiye in Turkey on a Harley-Davidson Sportster, two up on a Harley-Davidson Sportster. I'll try and remember the name of their channel actually, because I just thought it was an awesome thing to do on a Sportster. You know, I'm going to find who these guys are, remember their name, and I'm going to put it on the channel here, because you should go and look at what they've done. It's quite cool. Give me a sec. It's these guys. Oh, you can see that. Iggs and Morts. So Luke, He does. He is the Valley Fest. Everyone comes and plays
Good
at
day.
his festival. So it's definitely time to buy your tickets because there's some still available.
Snap 'em up.
Thankfully,
They're
snap them
selling
up,
quick.
get there, and you'll have the best festival experience of your life without question. In the best part of the country.
And believe it or not, you can't. I mean, I'm not sure I quite believe it yet because he's not played the drums for many years. But Matt here is actually going to make a revival of his career alongside some banging house tunes that we are going to play.
It's happening. I'm going to be playing the drums again. It's either going to be a catastrophe or it's going to be amazing. We're going for amazing.
We're going for amazing.
We're going for
I think
amazing.
it will be, get the bongos out, get the drums out, and we're going to smash it. But I'm not sure if you still signed up for the return of the Naked Drummer. No.
What do you mean?
Well, you're not going to take your kit off at the same time.
Oh, no, I don't. I never used to do that either, but for some reason it's being billed as the return of the naked drummer. I've never played drums naked, so I don't. Well, actually, I may have done, but not in public. Anyway, Valley Fest. Get your tickets, seriously, it's awesome. First weekend in August?
Yeah.
1st to the 4th, is it?
1st to the 4th, Thursday night, launch night.
Yeah.
10th anniversary, this one. We're really excited to hopefully have beaming sunshine like this.
Yeah.
And it's the best place to be, 1st of August.
Without question. Smashing. Right, see you in a bit, Luke.